So one of the few Marvel movies that I'm personally excited about is actually Fantastic Four First Steps. I've been wanting to have, or like wanting to see at least a very good adaptation of Fantastic Four, because as of now, we've never had a decent Fantastic Four adaptation on the silver screen. We had that horrible 1990 version that came out on television back in, 1990, and then we've also had a couple of movies that came out in theaters as well, and they didn't just do so well. And that's all thanks to no thanks to the writers really, for not being able to at least properly adapt a Fantastic Four story, because they don't understand the characters or they don't know what they're doing. And unfortunately, they were under the creative control of 21st Century Fox, which we now know is under Disney. And because of that, Marvel Studios now has the rights to make more Fantastic Four movies. So here's to hoping that this Fantastic Four adaptation is good. And there's been a lot of word about a trailer coming out, dropping very soon, and we do have our first official teaser trailer that dropped literally 2 hours ago. Prior to that, at 7 in the morning Eastern time or so, we had a 20-second little teaser, and that was criticized because of due to some children laughter in the background that was repeated, and it was like stock children laughter. You know, those stock children laughter like you hear in like movies constantly all the time. That's pretty much what was heard, and that was like the main criticism. But now we have official, a full official teaser trailer that's only about a minute and a half, and I'm here to basically react to it and review it, and then talk more about it afterwards. So without further ado, let's react to that trailer. So I have the trailer here pulled up, and it's loading here for some reason, whatever. But here, we're gonna go ahead and play it now. Let's go. Supposedly this movie has like a 60s aesthetics, but it takes place in a different universe. There's Sue Storm. There's Reed Richards. That's nice. Marvel's first official family, guys. Let me just say, the Thing looks fantastic. Actually, no pun intended. He looks amazing. It's like they pulled him right out of the comic books. It's like they even did the eyebrow thing. That was great, man. That's great. He looks awesome. Wow. They didn't deepen his voice or anything like that. They just used his regular voice. That's oh, okay. So they do recap as far as how they got their powers, because the movie starts with them having their powers. So little flashbacks here and there. That is so cool.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny. Hi. And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us.
That's cool. Galactus is coming. They're popular where they come from. There goes Galactus. They even have their music. Oh man, I love how they actually show Galactus in the trailer. This is awesome. That is so cool. We get a nice little look at Galactus. He's not a cloud, unlike that movie Fantastic Four: The Rise of the Silver Surfer. He's a cloud in that movie, and we barely see him. All we see is like a shadowy, like fiery entity in at least a fiery silhouette of Galactus in that movie. But it was for 3 seconds. You blink and you miss it basically. But in this one, it's an actual full-on entity. All right, so my camera died, so we're just gonna do my voice here. Here we get a good look at Galactus, and look at the detail on that helmet. All this, you can see my mouse. You can see the details in all the helmets, right? Like in all of the helmet right here. He looks awesome. And one of the few criticisms that people put out there constantly on Twitter, YouTube, you name it, and it just goes to show that a lot of people just don't read comics. So it's basically, tell me you don't read comics without telling me you don't read comics. Some of the criticism was at least in the original little short teaser that we got, it was like a leaked teaser trailer where somebody attended Hall H, and it was just a clip of Galactus peeking into the Baxter building, presumably the Baxter building, and people were saying, "Oh, Galactus is not big enough, and he's only as tall as a building." And then I'm thinking to myself, well, tell me you don't read comics without telling me you don't read comics, because Galactus can actually change his size at will. So that's why if you're looking here, you're probably thinking oh, why is Galactus only just a little bit taller than like 50 feet tall, you know, because like the Statue of Liberty is about 50 feet tall. So he would, standing right here looking at the Statue of Liberty, he would be maybe approximately like 70, 80 feet tall in this clip right over here. And I'm like thinking to myself, to those people who criticize Galactus' size, he can change his size at will. He can be bigger than a planet. He can be like as tall as a person, whatever. So whoever's, like criticizing Galactus' size, shut it. This is cool. Everybody looks fantastic. Everybody looks their part, especially the Thing. He looks awesome. And I love the retro look to this movie, man. This movie looks awesome. All right, so yeah, that was it. Let me know your thoughts. And if you liked what you see here, definitely be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on the bell notifications so you don't miss anything. And as always, I will see you all in the next comic panel.